Today we came to close this very important national research festival. As you've witnessed over the last 5 days, we've had students from various schools around here. We had farmers coming to appreciate the technologies that are being displayed. We had policymakers, parliamentarians, especially the committee in charge of research was also here. We had partners including UK Aid and National Research Fund from South Africa. And the messages I want to reiterate here for us to be able to leapfrog in using science, research and innovation in the area of food security, food safety, food sovereignty and nutrition. We must fund, and I'm advocating for at least 1 to 2% of the GDP to support this space of research and development, science, technology and innovation. So I think it's been a wonderful week by all standards, and everybody is living here appreciating the job that is being done in our universities, appreciating the talents that we have in our youth, and be able now the ideas needs to be taken out so that we can be able to have an impact. We've continued to advocate to ensure whatever we do, we also touch the 5 pillars of better, the bottom-up economic transformation agenda. And now this week we've been looking at one of them, the areas of food, agriculture and food security. I'm very happy. I'm leaving this place very satisfied. We had an excellent audience as well, very engaged discussions. The youth really demonstrated. And now we are also going to look at the curriculum in our schools, curriculum in the university, to have the entrepreneurial sort of ideas, entrepreneurial mechanism of how we will be training our youth so that when they come out, they are also job creators and not just job seekers. So I am urging the institutions of higher learning to rethink of the pedagogy, the curricula that is there, so that we can be able to have people who will be able to come out with entrepreneurial mind to be able to address the challenges of the society. And lastly, I'm always advocating for the socialization of science. Whatever we do, we must start from the bottom. We must go to the farmers to understand what the challenges are so that we can have the right intervention using research, science, innovation and technology to address these challenges so that it can be having something of meaningful to them and be able to sort of address the challenges of the society. And of course, lastly, we are also advocating for the internationalization of science. We'll be working very closely with my colleagues in foreign affairs and diaspora so that we can enhance the science diplomacy, because the world has become a global village. We cannot just work in isolation. We must be able to learn lessons from others. We can also provide our input as well and be able to enhance the science diplomacy for the benefit of our society. Asanteni sana.
Maybe one question, Professor. You spoke of you appealing to the Treasury that you need some.
At the moment, when you look at the Science, Technology, Innovation Act of 2013, it is very clearly spelled out that we need to set aside 2% of the GDP to support science, technology, innovation, research and development sector. At the moment, we are doing around 0.8% of that. So my appeal is if we can move to 1% of the GDP, I think we would be having something very meaningful that will be able to facilitate the research in our universities, in TVET, and also in the research institutions.
Yes, very briefly. As you advocate for this innovation in terms of science and technology, how are your department trying to protect in terms of patenting? Because we have a concern, right, in terms of patenting the innovation.
Yeah, one thing is that when we come to festivals like this, the ideas that are being brought around the table here, we are always advising our innovators to make sure that whatever they display here is also registered with Kenya Intellectual Property Right. So again, we are working very closely with KIPI so that we can be able to protect and safeguard these ideas, the prototype, towards commercialization. And I am urging universities as well to strengthen those do have and those do not have intellectual property right offices, so that these ideas would be able to be protected at the institutional level, and then we can take them to KIPI, and of course eventually they go to the World Intellectual Property Offices in Geneva, what we call the WIPO, so that we can be able to have products that are our own in terms of these ideas and prototype and innovation. And of course, in so doing, we own it, we have it, and we will be able to create more wealth and of course create more jobs as well for our youth. So. Yeah. You know, Kenya is very diverse. We are looking at the diversity in the country. We would like to occupy all the space. You've seen we have come in this area where there's what we want to call the food basket. When you go outside there, the demonstrations plot you've seen is to do with maize. We have seen some varieties of cassava and sorghum and millet. That is the space that we've occupied this week, and other sort of potatoes, Irish potatoes as well. For next year, the plan is to go down to the coast so that we can look at the space of the blue economy and how the science, research and innovation would be able to contribute in the blue economy to create jobs and create wealth as well. And of course, looking at the issue of food security, but again at that space of blue economy. But we're also planning next year to have the Science, Technology, Innovation Week, of which now we will be able to showcase all the talents that we have in the country, the research that has been done, the produce that we've been able to have in this space, and how the innovations have been taken to the next level of commercialization. So we're going to have these small fairs, small festivals, but the grand event will be next year, mid next year at the the KICC in Nairobi, and this will be for the whole week to celebrate the science, technology and innovation in this country. And we will be bringing our partners as well, collaborators, international speakers. So we will be having a lot of events there. But we'll be having so many other engagements with the media so that we can bring you to speed as we look at the roadmap towards Science, Technology, Innovation Week. Thank you so much.
Observe the WIPO intergovernmental meetings every time. Yes. So, geographical indication that is not well